Aha, my friends! Welcome! You want to know if a withered old dwarf like me has ever known love? Well, I have. But love ain't all songs and flowers, lads and lasses. It's force and fire, hot enough to temper steel, and it leaves its mark deeper than any scar. It was years ago, during the time of the Great Tunnel Wars. Feast from the deep, goblins, trolls, and worse things were threatening our strongholds. I've been sent to reinforce an outpost up in the outer spine, and that's where I met her, Maeralda, a name I'll never forget. She was something else, a Shieldmaiden, through and through. Strong as iron, sharp as her battle axe, with a fire in her spirit that could light the darkest tunnels. We met during a skirmish with a cave troll. I got to myself cornered, and that troll was about to crack me skull like a walnut. Out of nowhere, Maeralda charged in, buried her axe in the beast's neck, and saved me sorry hide. She looked at me and said, "A dwarf your size ought to know how to duck." I laughed with her then, but in truth, I was already smitten. We spent the next year patrolling together, sharing meals, stories, and a few close brushes with death. Every time I saw her swing that axe, my respect for her grew. She was fierce, aye, but she also had a way of listening, really listening. No matter how dark things got, she'd always say, "There's always another ember to be found in the ashes." That was her motto. I wanted to tell her how I felt, but, well, we dwarves can be a bit thick-headed about these things. I didn't know if she felt the same, and I feared losing the friendship we'd built. So I waited, too long as it turned out. The raids became worse. Waves of goblins swarming out the depths like rats. One night we were defending the outpost alone, just the two of us, backs to the stone. I could still hear the clang of steel, the hiss of goblin arrows. We fought for hours, side by side, until there wasn't a single enemy left standing. After the battle, we stood in the tunnel, exhausted. Blood and soot stained our armor, and that's when I knew I couldn't wait any longer. I turned to her and said, "Maeralda, I fought beside warriors of legend, but none compare to you. I'd be honored to stand at your side forever." She smirked and said, "Took you long enough, Thargrim. I thought I'd have to knock you on the head to get you to spit it out." We laughed. And in that moment, it felt like the whole mountain was singing for us. Life should have been easier after that, but fate has a cruel sense of humor. I was called back to me homeland, and Maeralda was ordered to stay and defend her kin. We promised each other that once our duties were done, we'd reunite and go to life together, a life beyond war and stone. Sometimes, the mountains have other plans. Word reached me months later. Her outposts had fallen in a surprise attack. She didn't make it. Well, not lie to ye. I was shattered. Grief hung on me like a chain or stone. I wandered, fighting battles I barely cared to survive. I thought the fire in me heart had been snuffed out for good. But grief, it doesn't mean the flame is gone. Over time, I realized something. Maeralda's strength didn't die in that tunnel. It lives on in me. Every battle I fight, every life I save, it's a tribute to her, to the fire she lit within me. You see, love, real love, never truly dies. It shapes ye, guides ye, warms you when the world grows cold. It's a flame that endures even in the darkest tunnels. A toast to those who've loved and lost, and to those still searching. Hold your ember close, and if you've still got time, don't wait to tell someone what they mean to you.